At 27 years old, I took a life. It was the first life I've ever taken, and the first time I've watched a soul leave a vessel, knowing I was the one responsible. I pushed that syringe of euthanasia solution into the veins of a beloved family dog who had given his best 12 years to his mom and dad, and I sat on the floor with him as his parents sobbed over his still body and said their last goodbyes. At the start of this appointment, the doctor asked if I was ready to perform my first euthanasia. And the truth is, I'm not sure if you're ever fully ready for that type of responsibility. But I said yes. And as we rehearsed what I would say, and as I knocked on that exam room door, and as I introduced myself, and as I explained the process of what we would be doing, I was acutely aware of how much I was focused on myself in a situation that wasn't about me. I was focused on and anxious about saying the right things. I was worried the owners would see my fear and know this was my first time, and above all, I was scared I would cry. That is until I looked down at the old boy staring back at me, and I remembered that this was about him and comforting him and his family in their last moments. It wasn't about saying the right thing or having this perfectly crafted speech of science mixed with condolences. It was about genuine empathy for the dog whose life I was about to take and the owners whose life I was about to change. So I took a deep breath and spoke to them like I'd want to be spoken to, with softness and love and patience, assuring them that we'd go at their own pace and that they were making the best decision for their family member. And as I sat down to begin the process, I held his sweet paw and assured him that he would be across the Rainbow Bridge soon in the most peaceful journey he could imagine. It's weird to think I am now taking on the responsibility of deciding who lives and dies, when honestly I feel like I'm just a kid. But as a soon-to-be veterinarian, I realize I'm taking the oath to provide comfort to my patients in any way I can, including the ultimate way. So I pushed that syringe, and I thanked the sweet boy for his contribution to his world, and I left the room with just a few tears in my eyes that I wiped away in time for the next client and their newly adopted puppy. So I pushed my feelings down as I rejoiced in this new puppy's life that had entered the world and now entered their owners' lives, and I remained acutely aware of the display of the circle of life that veterinarians see on a daily basis and that I just witnessed. Death and rebirth, sadness and joy, old and young, all within a 30-minute time span. So thank you, sweet boy, for letting me hold your paw as you cross the Rainbow Bridge, and I hope you're met with all the love and milk bones in doggy heaven.